What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about 7 winners that racked up 206% profits. If you're following me on Twitter, why in the world is MULN, after they supposedly had $121 million in cash, at it again with more dilution as per the 8K filing this morning, and is Bitcoin trying to tell us that this massive rally, this all-time high on a stock known as Apple, is about to come to an end? All that and more coming right up. I forced that smile. I forced it. I'm irritated. It's hot out, or at least it is for me. I just got back from getting the mail. We are at 1:15 in the East Coast, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm a bit fired up. So I'm warning you right now, this could be an F-bomb tirade to start off your week. It might not make any sense. Hell, most of you are going to log off before I get to the 5-minute mark. So let's just cut to the chase right now. If you've been following me along because you want to make money in the stock market on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, you would know that we have racked up. Yeah, I need a new chair. What's that remind you of, fellas, ladies? Anything? Yes, I hear you. I hear you. It's Monday. I've racked up 7 winners on Twitter in the last 45 days, call it a month and a half, 206% gains. The last 2 winners, Trika 51% last week, 1 day, and this morning, TTOO, 1 day, 30%. However, as some of you rightly pointed out, I slept through the open, didn't I? If you're following me once again on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, you saw me tweeting up a storm at 6:30, 6:45 this morning, East Coast time. In fact, I was tweeting after the 7 a.m. open. We had UFAB and SHPH, 2 stocks we own, up between 8 and 12%. But that was roughly break even from where we own it. TTOO at that time, 7:03 in the AM to be exact, was down 3% at 0975. I was actually trying to buy a little more with a tiny bit of cash I had come in over the weekend because I only had an 8% position. And for me, that's small. I will go up to 20% per idea. I am buried in that amount in MULN, last trade 68 cents, and MCOM, last trade 30 cents. Let's call it all-time lows in both cases, and I'll explain one main reason why that is in a second. But I was dead effing tired this morning because we were up till 3 a.m. We've got a Discord coming for stocks, a Facebook group for business. The texting is going to be a major deal. And of course, 60-second YouTube shorts, and the views on that are 3 or 4x of these long view videos because people don't have any patience. And YouTube is pushing the hell out of a 60-second video that I could do about you and your company. And by the way, we're only going to serve, about 300 premium members. It's $2 a day, $60 a month, save 16%, $600 for the year. As you can imagine, we've had a number of people quit in the last, let's call it 3 weeks. So in the midst of racking up 206% gains in 7 stocks, Trika 4 times, ATNF, SHPH, and TTOO, I've had 35 or 40 people say, I can't afford $2 a day. To that I say bullshit. I am spending 50x that on one fucking site known as Facebook. How do you think we got 81,000 followers? I had to pay through the nose to get them, only to have Facebook not show our content to 98% of followers, which is why you need me, because if you don't have a massive following on any social media site, be it Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, you got nothing. You got nada. No one's going to see whatever it is that you sell, which means you're not going to make any money. So for $2 a day, you can get on the homepage 100 times a day. You can get promoted to 175,000 people in print. And you can get me starting next week to do a 60-second video about you and nothing else. What you sell, who you are, how to get a hold of you, including a link. It's going to be amazing, but I digress. I was dead tired this morning. So as of nothing was going on around 7:15 in Atlanta, I said, I'm going to take a cat nap. And I'd already had a cup or 2 of coffee. So I close my eyes and I wake up and it's 9:45. And it's the first open that I've slept through in God knows how many years. My phone's going off. I see 8 notifications from E-Trade, and I shared 1 of 8. Because the trade was broken up that way, that it first opened because I had the limit order in at 9:30 at 1385, a 30% profit, which many of you know I love to take. I was out. And my first reaction was elation. Because between that and Trika, that's 81% in 48 hours. That's 8 years of a 10% annualized return in the S&P since 1900 in 2 days. And when you rack up 206%, as we have, you should be out of the ditch. Even with this MULN, the dilution machine, which was turned on again this morning, that's why it's down. And MCOM, which files every 2 or 3 days, we're out of the ditch. So if you're not out of your 30, 40, or in some cases 50% drawdown, that's because you're not listening to what I'm fucking trying to tell you need to do. But as you can imagine, not only do we have people walking out the door, but we have a couple of smartasses that didn't believe that I actually slept through the open. Do you know how embarrassing it is for a perfectionist like me to admit that? I don't think it's ever happened. Truthfully, I've been hungover. I've been sick. I've been doing things that I can't repeat on camera. But I don't think I've ever slept through an open. But I shared a screenshot, and I don't know how long it's going to last because my last 4 digits of my E-Trade account number are out there, and that makes me very uncomfortable. But I, for the life of me, given that I posted this a few hours ago about the 7 winning trades, 3 likes, 817 views already. So 3 of you motherfuckers can take a half a second and go, hey, thanks for 7 winners. Hey, thanks for getting me out of the ditch. Hey, thanks for another stock that got me 30% and it went even higher to 147, way over where I got out. That could have made you close to 50%. And yet 99.9% of the audience could care less. So the question is, why should I care? Why should I care? Well, for 300 families that are now paying us $2 a day, I care. In fact, days like this, moments like this, make me care even more, not less, because we're going to give you guys and gals that are in that boat something you've never seen. Name another small business directory that's going to text you in real time these types of trades that can make you 30, 40, or 51%, as was the case last week in Trika. Name it. The Discord services, XYZ is up 288% since we first alerted you. Okay, how about telling me when to get out? They never do that, do they? I put my head in that guillotine every fucking day and say, here's when I'm getting in and here's when I'm getting out. And the one time that I am 15 minutes late to the party and it was still at that point up almost 20%, I take nothing but shit or I hear absolutely nothing. I have no crickets. I even asked, did anybody make money in TTOO? One guy, and you know who you are, said I sold at 1330, which means he made about 23 or 4% in 24 hours. And you know who you are. I greatly appreciate your support. And now that I've probably lost 2/3 of my audience today, and I could care less, truthfully, one thing you realize when you get to be 53, this many people really, really, really want to be a part of whatever it is that you do. And there's not a damn thing you can do to control the outcome. I'm here every day. I'm tweeting up a storm. I'm making people money hand over fist. I'm crawling out of a ditch because of MCOM and MULN. And almost nobody gives a flying fuck. And even people that I promoted to the ends of the earth, and they know they are, they're jumping ship. But for the ones that stay, you're not only going to get even more promotion because there's going to be less of you, you're going to get things that nobody in this entire world, who's doing 60-second videos about you and your business, somebody tell me in the comments, name one business directory that's going to not only do all the stock information and the free picks, but who's going to do a video about nothing but you. I'm listening. I'm listening. MULN. 8K filing this morning, more dilution. Last I checked, they had $121 million, $121 million. That's all, folks. As per their last filing. So somebody explained to me in the comments, why are they diluting again at all-time lows? Out of nowhere, right? It was goosed up 75 or 6, looking pretty good in the pre-market, and then kaboom! Close to the open, here comes another filing, more dilution with one of their lenders, and now supposedly it says in the fine print that if they're going to dilute any more, they've got to get shareholder approval. Oh, gee, thanks. Now that you've already brought the stock down 99%, David, in what is your 5th company that you've run into the fucking ground, now you're going to need shareholder approval before You issue another 4 billion shares as you've done in the last 12 to 24 months. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not the naked short war. Even the GNS, which started at 75, went to $8. It came all the way back down. It's not the naked shorts. It's not the naked shorts that are destroying these stocks. That's a tiny, minuscule amount of what the problem is. The biggest problem of all is guys like David and the worst CEO in NASDAQ history, and we may as well throw him in the same boat at this point, Sal over at MCOM, is they have no respect for shareholder value. Somebody told me that David recently bought in the last year or two an $18 million jet. What the fuck do you need that for? And Sal is paying himself $3 million or thereabouts in his 7-figure lifestyle, married to his model. No disrespect there, but they have no respect, while I'm on the same subject, for shareholder value. They see nothing wrong with just issuing more and more and more shares, and they'll just do another reverse in the next 12 months because they'll get a 6-month extension. And they'll get another 6-month extension. So you get about 13 months from the minute you go back under $1, which they've both done in the last month and a half. So they both have, in my opinion, another year or so to stay trading under $1 a share. So in closing, what do? If it's me, I don't add a single fucking dollar, not one more penny to these stocks. I said stop buying as I did at 118 on MULN. I then got sucked in because I had all this cash from 206% profits in the last month and a half. So I bought some more at 72 and again last week at 68. But I am done after this filing. And I saw another filing from Sal, who apparently in his Twitter spaces, and I'm talking about MCOM, on Friday said he's going to continue to dilute. He's got a market cap problem, meaning he's got to get it back up and over 35 million. So he's just going to dilute and dilute and dilute and dilute at record lows. So if it's me, if you haven't heard me already, I would not add one more dime to either one of these companies. And Lion Larry, while I'm at it, in case you didn't know this already, is absolutely fucking full of shit. In fact, he's so full of shit that anytime I see someone defending him that's on my fucking wall, it's an automatic block. The guy's an ex-con. He's been in and out of jail. And as far as I'm concerned, he should take his fat ass back there. Until next time, always remember that I love you guys and gals. And thanks so much for watching.